south. Texans won the toss, they defer. So the Cardinals will start from their 25-yard line as we head down to the field. Now picked by the Jaguars back in 2011. And he gets things started by handing off to Adrian Peterson, who turns the corner, gains 6 season. Carson Palmer, Drew Stanton, and now Blaine Gabbert. Gabbert throws for the first time. There is a flag as the catch is made for a first down out at the 40-yard line by John Brown.
Pass interference defense, number 24. Ball is placed in the spot of the foul, first down.
J. Watt and Whitney Merciless. Play fake on first down. It's Larry Fitzgerald. And Fitzgerald is across midfield into Texans territory, gains 13. Only Jerry Rice and Tony Gonzalez with more career receptions than Fitzgerald. Here he is again to the 40-yard line. Gain of 7, apparently, right? 1,187. On 2nd and 3, it's Peterson. So Adrian Peterson has been a workhorse, carried the ball 58 times.
He's given up a lot of yards this year.
From the Texans, 33 off the fake to Peterson. Gabbert a bit high. He was looking for the tight end, Ricky Seals-Jones. 2nd down and 10 from the Houston 33. There is a flag as that play.
Nowhere for that play to go.
Illegal formation offense. The left tackle was uncovered. 5-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
They must get to the 23 for a first down. Gabbert over the middle. It's Fitzgerald. But he will be tackled at the 38-yard line, field goal range. Prior to that busted play and the penalty, so they send out the punting unit, Andy Lee, with Bruce Ellington back deep. After it was touched by the Cardinals, Ellington picks it up, and then he is forced back. It's a safety.
That is not a smart decision by Bruce Ellington there. Or it is a safety completely out.
The kicking team was first to touch the ball at the 1-yard line. Therefore, by rule, Houston takes over at the 1-yard line. First down.
A challenge flag from Bill O'Brien. So a lot to talk about here as we welcome in Dean Blandino from Los Angeles. Dean, what did you see?
Houston is challenging the ruling on the field. The ball was not touched in the end zone by Arizona.
The other question is, Baker did not have possession at that point, right? When his right foot touched the line.
I don't know that it's
The
necessarily.
ruling on the field is confirmed. The Arizona players were in the field of play when they touched the ball. Therefore, the ball will be placed at the 1-yard line. First down.
Number 63, Kendall Lamb. On 1st and 10 from the 1-yard line, more flags.
Ball start, offense. Number 74, half the distance to the goal. It's first down.
Savage takes the snap in his end zone. And now he throws over the middle, and it's caught out at the 11-yard line.
Keep your eyes open for this one.
1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Lamar Miller out to the 15.
Keep an eye on.
On 2nd down and 7. Texans keep it on the ground with Miller, and he had nowhere to go. Arizona. Texans must get to the 22 for a first down. As Savage throws, not nearly enough.
On situations, they're going to put 7 DBs on the field and dare you to throw the football, come up, make tackles, they get off the field.
Shane Leckler from his 5-yard line. Fair catch is called for by Kerwin Williams at the 42. Facing Adrian.
Goodness. Hit and hope that everybody else is rallying to the party.
Gabbert complete. It's John Brown on first down. Out to the 46 for a gain of 4. Jonathan.
And Teron Brown, J.J. Nelson, those guys have to have big days today.
On 2nd down, Rondé, it's Peterson. And once again, it's Clowney who makes the tackle. You mentioned.
Personal foul, crackback. Offense number 11. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat 2nd down.
However old he is, he's still in great shape.
On on a delay. Out to the 39-yard line, it's Kerwin Williams. At 4 different jerseys, his first 4, they wore these when he had his best game, 159 against San Francisco. That pass is nearly intercepted on the deflection by Joseph after it bounced away from...
Are very lucky Arizona is that Jonathan Joseph doesn't lay out and get an interception there.
Lee punting for the second time. Fair catch is called for by Ellington at the 11.
On this drive, but keep an eye on this guy. He's a good player.
Rookie out of Texas. Savage on first down, complete. Out to the 20-yard line to the tight end, C.J. New set of downs. From the 21, it's Foreman, his first carry. Ball comes loose, and the Texans recover. On the strip. And then the little alert play by Ellington, second down and 2. As Savage goes deep, and it is nearly picked off. Pass was intended for Ellington. There is a flag.
Holding. Defense number 25. Well, the quarterback still had the ball. The 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
That's the receiver on their team.
First and 10 from the 34-yard line. Oh, what a great defensive play. Buda Baker plays Rams at 7-2.
Very good football team out there in L.A. now.
We saw them a couple of weeks ago. They put up 51 against the Giants. 18. Texans must get to the 44 for a first down. Savage throws, and it's complete. They pick up the first down. It's Braxton Miller.
By Chandler Jones early.
Miller, the former Ohio State quarterback. As Lamar Miller gains 7. Rodney Tom Savage has completed his first 5 pass attempts. They keep it on the ground with Lamar Miller. And he is stopped just short. Here. 8th play of the drive for the Texans. And they pick up the first down on the ground. To the 38-yard line.
He has been there. And he's a good option here in Houston.
From the 38 off the fake to Miller. DeAndre Hopkins takes a hard hit. And there is a flag. Antoine Lefebvre.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness defense. Hit to a defenseless receiver. Number 31. 41, correction, 41. 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic first down.
Defensive backs, Antoine Lefebvre. First and 10 from the 23-yard line. This is Ellington. And he's wrestled down at the 18 box. 10th play of the drive for Houston. Second down and 5. With time winding down in this first quarter, it's Miller. Lamar Miller all the way down to the Cardinals' 5-yard line. On first and goal, this is Miller, and he loses 2 yards on the play. Savage from the shotgun. Moving to his right, directing traffic. And then he throws to the end zone. Touchdown! Lamar Miller.
Some time out of the pocket. Lamar Miller down the bottom of your screen, working on Damian Buchanan, who's not a great cover guy. And really, you know, as a defender, you want to be able to push him out of bounds, but Lamar does a good job tight roping that area, and then the throw is good, the catch is really good. I don't know, Kenny, was his left foot out of bounds there?
We will review the ruling on the field. There was a touchdown.
All right, so they will take some more time to look at it in New York.
I think a couple more looks, and you know, from initially he stayed in bounds for sure. It's just right as he made that last movement to come back towards the football, it's just hard to tell if that foot was out of bounds. It's really,
ruling on the
tough.
field stands as called. Touchdown.
And I think Dean nailed it on the head too, Kenny.
Thank him for being in the way. Fairbairn, the extra point, there is a flag.
Illegal formation by the defense, covering the long snapper. It's a 5-yard penalty. Houston is elected to enforce it on the kickoff. Try is good.
In some instances, they've been behind the 8 ball and haven't been able to get out and got blown away. We saw the game in London, so they get something going here. First possession of the second quarter.
Williams on the return.
Absolutely.
Touchback would have put Arizona at the 25. Instead, they start at the 16. Gabbard's pass is caught by the tight end, Jermaine Gresham, 37 times 2 games ago. Gabbard looking to throw, and the catch is made out across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
Great man.
Fitzgerald in motion. It's Peterson, and he is met immediately, Rondé, by guess who? Devion Clowney, his 4th tackle. Second down and 14. Gabbard to Fitzgerald for a first down. Man, what a catch.
Well, they've been here before, Kenny. They got to be able to turn this into points when you get in the other team's 50, past the 50.
Peterson gains just a yard.
I'm doing that today.
Second down and 9.
I lined up in the slot right here. See what he does.
Gabbard on 3rd down, incomplete. He was looking for Jerron Brown.
Well, more George.
Second time across midfield for the Cardinals, but they come away with nothing once again. Ellington lets it bounce. And it will be down at the 9-yard line. There is a
Holding by the kicking team, the long snapper. It's a 10-yard penalty. Houston selected to enforce it. The dead ball spot on the kick. Keep the ball. First down.
David Johnson, I'm sorry, out with the injury early in the season.
There's Lamar Miller on first down out to the 24. And the Texans, Savage 6 for 6. With a touchdown pass to Lamar Miller. Lost the football as he was hit. Cardinals have recovered.
Off the edge, 36. And Buddha is not a big guy. He's about 5'9", plays really fast. That is an outstanding rush move to get underneath.
So the Cardinals, first and 10 from the 17-yard line as Peterson is met by Bernardrick McKinney. Empty backfield, Adrian Peterson split out to the left on second down and 13. Fitzgerald makes the catch. He completes the process. Touchdown, Larry Fitzgerald.
And he's just going to run a route here. This is a little hook route and puts Kevin Johnson in a tough situation. Man-to-man, all that grass out to the sideline. My guy is bigger than your guy. He's a Hall of Fame, and this is a great throw. The touch on this ball is fantastic.
They were working on Larry's hand, his thumb on the sidelines. Extra point. Phil Dawson is good.
Living legend, Kenny. One of the great guys in the game, great players of the game.
On the return, it's taken out to the 19. Texans back to work from the 20-yard line, and Tyrann Mathieu makes the play. Thanks, Christina. He has lost the most fumbles in the league, despite this being only start number 4. No one in the entire league has lost more fumbles than Tom Savage. Well, third down, and 11. That pass is short. There is a flag intended for DeAndre Hopkins with
looks like
Pass interference, offense, number 10. The penalty is declined. Play results in a 4th down.
well, I got to tell you what.
For the second time, waiting back at his 5-yard line, Kerwin Williams back deep for the Cardinals. Taking out the 39. Start from their 40-yard line in a 7-7 game. It's Adrian Peterson, and he's hit for a loss of a yard by McKinney.
They got the tools once David Johnson gets back, one of the best running backs in the league. It's going to be good for them.
All right, thanks very much, Tony. We'll see you at halftime.
Thanks, guys.
Another reception for Fitzgerald.
At the bottom of your screen, matched up one-on-one with Kevin Johnson again, and that's a size matchup for the Cardinals.
On 3rd and 5, Gabbard moving to his right. Could not find anyone downfield, and he gets forced out of bounds.
5 out of college, and he's able to keep him short of that line of game. They get off the field. Ellington
fields the punt at the 7. That of bounds at the 17.
Listed as starters, but guys they had key contributions from, and it's tough to deal when you have to deal with that many injuries.
Here's Miller, Lamar Miller, down to the 25-yard line. 34 yards today for Miller. Here he is once again.
Side. So it's a challenge in this league with this many injuries.
1st and 10 from the 26. Catch is made by Ellington. He had to come back. Excited to be here?
Absolutely we are.
2nd down and 8. Savage throws, deflected, and then picked off by Patrick Peterson. Inside the 20, out of bounds at the 15.
And Patrick Peterson with the one-handed. That's nice. That's nice. That is nice. Another takeaway for this Cardinals defense. Puts their offense right back in scoring position, Kenny. And
Cardinals scored following the first Texans turnover. From the 15-yard line, it's Adrian Peterson. Peterson gains 4 down to the 11-yard line. From the Texans' 11-yard line. Gabbard to the end zone.
This delivery, the drop back is excellent, on time, and Seals Jones working on Jonathan Joseph. You would think the corner has the matchup there, but look at this throw. Confidence. He knows it as soon as he throws it. He has exactly what he wanted in man-to-man coverage. Throws a strike. Touchdown Cardinals.
Texas native returning to his home state, undrafted out of Texas A&M. Another Texas native, Phil Dawson.
7 touchdown receptions on league, the best duo in football, and we haven't seen anything in a passing game as part of the explosive type plays yet.
Best starting field position of the day for the Texans. This is Lamar Miller, who picks up 11 and a Houston 1st down out to the 36.
Yeah, he's picking up some good yardage on these runs.
Texans have 2 timeouts. They lost one on an early challenge. This is Miller again, bottled up at the 37-yard line.
Manage the clock going here into 2-minute drive 2.
On 2nd and 9, Savage to the outside. There is a flag. DeAndre Hopkins made the catch out of bounds.
It's playing man-to-man.
While the quarterback was still in the pocket, illegal contact, defense number 21.
Ooh,
it's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. An automatic 1st down.
So this one goes against Peterson.
Patrick likes to be sticky on top of receivers. Look, they're gonna review this. I think
right. We're in the final 2 minutes, so it's a booth review.
Just watch his feet. When I saw this picture come in, obviously the catch is secure. But yeah, both feet are on the ground when he makes that catch. You see the torn up rubber.
And then he maintained possession as he went to the ground.
Great catch. This is a guy with enormous hands too.
The ruling on the field stands as called. The pass is incomplete, and the 5-yard penalty is enforced. 1st down.
All right, line of honor. This is going to be a good ceremony.
Officially the Wall of Honor.
Wall of Honor. There you go. Thanks for clarifying.
Congratulations to Andre Johnson. This is Fedorowicz out to midfield. Franchise.
Playing receiver, King.
Did I play receiver up here in the booth next to my DB. On 2nd and 2, a 1st down and more to the 25-yard line. It's Bruce Ellington. From the 25, Savage with time, looking for Hopkins in the end zone. Incomplete. Savage on 2nd down, over the top. Ellington to the 16. Well, it's 3rd down, so they want to play. They don't want to spike it. As Savage throws, looking for Hopkins once again.
And you're wasting that timeout. It's just going to go to halftime unused.
For a 34-yard attempt, Fairbairn, it is good.
It's up to the building on going into halftime.
And Houston will get the ball first following halftime. As time winds down in this 2nd quarter, out across the 40, and then forced out of bounds was Britton Golden.
Get ready. Get your popcorn, beer, whatever you're doing. Ready for a good matchup here in the 2nd half.
Short kickoff taken at the 14-yard line by Foreman.
The big issue for them is really just offensively getting the ground game going and still being able to perform today, guys.
All right, thanks very much, Christina. This is Miller, who Christina mentioned, Lamar Miller.
They're going to have any chance.
Savage 10 of 15, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 1 fumble lost. This is Ellington, nice spin move, gained a couple of extra yards. Third down and 3, must get to the 36-yard line for a first down, and they do as the catch is made by DeAndre Hopkins.
They convert on third down.
Only the second reception for Hopkins today. Savage complete to Miller, and he's tackled from behind by Carlos Dansby after a gain of 5.
The years, the position has evolved so much in the past couple of years. These big giant guys that can catch and run. It's tougher now than it was when I was playing.
Miller gets bottled up. Play clock at 1. Texans get the snap off in time. And it's another first down and more for Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins finally taken down at the 28-yard line by Antoine Bethea, a 34-yard catch and run on offense from the Cardinals 28 on first down. Savage looking for Hopkins. He makes the catch for a Texans touchdown.
Matchup right here. Patrick Peterson again in great position, but DeAndre Hopkins so strong at the top of his route. He stays in the fight. If ball's good, you know it's going to be delivered inside. Patrick Peterson falls off at the last second. 2 big plays on this drive, 1 on touchdown. Best player, DeAndre Hopkins. Let's just keep giving him the ball and let him make the plays for us.
Fairbairn, the extra points.
That was an important drive. Come out, score points at the end of the half, come back, drive all the way down the football field and score a touchdown. That's a big momentum boost for this Texans team.
Kerwin Williams on the return, so the mentee with 3 receptions on that drive, including I signed Matt Barkley during the week. He's inactive today. That pass intended for Fitzgerald sails away with first with Arizona. On 2nd and 10, it's Peterson. You know, it's been a good weekend so far for the Gabbard family.
The Texans just got, see if they can cut into it a little here and convert on third down.
They must get to the 37, and they will not.
But they failed to convert.
First NFL reception for DJ Foster, but he was stopped short. What a kick. There is a flag. Taken at the 5-yard line by Ellington. And he's out across the 20.
During the punt, holding by the receiving team, number 35. That's the penalty that's enforced from the end of the kick where the ball was caught, half the distance to the goal. Houston keeps the ball, first down.
Here. Texans start from the 3-yard line. Savage from the end zone off the hands of the intended receiver, Bruce Ellington.
Great delivery. Touchdown, Texans. Love it. It's fun to watch this game. Got plays like that going on.
Out to the 6-yard line, Miller, as we check in with Christina, but there is a flag, so we'll keep it here first.
Illegal block in the back by the offense, number 12. Penalty is declined. Play results in third down.
And getting him in the backfield where he can be disruptive.
Foreman on that last carry. Miller back in. Play clock is winding down. Savage pass was behind Miller.
Positive return by the Cardinals here. You're already in scoring position.
Another flag. As the punt will be fielded at the 39 by Kerwin Williams. Shoved out of bounds at the 44.
There's Larry Izzo.
Illegal shift by the kicking team. Not all 11 players were set before the snap. It's a 5-yard penalty that will be enforced where the runner went out of bounds. First down.
So now the Cardinals, again with excellent field position from the 49-yard line. It's taken into Texans territory by Peterson for a gain of 3.
Today.
Similar to Peterson's last game against Seattle. They averaged only 1.4 per carry. A little better this time as he takes it to the Texans 43. Harold in motion, third down and 2. Gabbert complete. Fitzgerald And he has an Arizona first down, so they convert on third down. Peterson in the backfield. Off the play fake. Gabbert steps up, and he throws. And the catch is made by the tight end, Troy Nicholas.
Personal foul. Chop block by the offense. High-low block. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
First down and 25. Empty backfield. Gabbert steps up on first and 25. He'll take off. Gabbert gains 11.
Himself a very much more manageable third down situation.
From the 43 on second and 13. Gabbert's pass is incomplete. Ricky Seals-Jones, 30-yard line of the Texans. Gabbert's pass, there is a flag. It's caught for a first down.
Pass interference defense, number 24. The penalty is declined. The play results in a first down.
Catch for not getting a catch.
Now Gabbert, pump fake on first down. Now he throws. What a catch! Into the end zone for a touchdown. His second today, Ricky Seals-Jones.
Sees the mismatch. He's split out top. Undresses the defense again on a smaller corner. He says, look, I'm just going to take this. We're going to run a little double move. My guy is bigger than you. I said that earlier. Makes a great catch and a run into the end zone. Nice play by the Arizona Cardinals. They get their touchdown finally.
He was inactive the last 4 games. What a day. Ricky Seals-Jones, first 3 reception of his career, including...
He's a wide receiver in college, comes out. Everybody says he has problem catching the football, but man, they got that wrong. He has been on a showcase today. Acting today is a nice little matchup. Could be something in the future.
So now the Texans trailing by 4. On first down, it's... Forward again, this time nothing. Buda Baker leading the charge.
They got some good players on this side of the football.
Baker leads the league in special teams tackles. Savage on third and 3, complete for a first down. It's Ellington. Ball comes loose. Ellington had already picked up the first, and he recovers. He fell on it. 3-yard line for the Texans. Savage, complete, Foreman out of the backfield, and he's cut down at the 48-yard line.
Next safety.
There's Foreman across midfield into Cardinals territory.
With them, and I think he's done a good job today keeping his offense very balanced.
On third down, good second effort by Foreman. That's a first down and more as he hurdles inside the 40-yard line to the 38.
That first down and then the hurdle. That's a lot of athleticism for a huge human.
Here's Foreman again. Texans like to stick with the hot-handed running back. And he gains 3 down to the 35-yard line. Savage to Foreman. Foreman has another Texans first down. Cardinals leading by 4. It's been all Deontay Foreman on this drive. As Savage is looking for Hopkins in the end zone. Once again, Peterson defending. Savage on second down. Complete to Foreman.
Great tackle. Jamon Williams. That's a great tackle.
Represented the Packers, the Pro Bowl back in 2010. Third down and 8. Savage moving to his right. He was under pressure. He fires, and it's caught inside the 5-yard line by the tight end. It's Foreman. Deontay Foreman is in for a Texans touchdown.
The end zone, he's just going to come right off tackle. You see the blocking up front is excellent. That little step inside makes the defender go with them. He goes the other way, bounces into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. Nice drive again by this Texans offense. All day, those 2 turnovers, the only blemishes on this offense so far.
Fairbairn just inside the left upright. Made that big catch down at the 3-yard line. Williams will not take it out.
Doing it again today. Another penalty, Kenny.
False start offense. Number 34. 5-yard penalty. That's first down.
10 for 10. First down at 15 as Gabbard throws. There is a flag. Once again, some miscommunication with the intended receiver, John Brown. You can read the lips of one of the officials who grabbed the face mask.
Personal foul, face mask by the defense, number 24. It's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
Joseph has been flagged today. 2 pass interference penalties and now a face mask. Peterson cuts to the outside, turns the corner, and is out of bounds at the 39. And the Cardinals, second down and 7. Gabbard with a career-high 3 touchdown passes today. And that pass pops away from John Brown, the intended receiver, including Larry Fitzgerald. Gabbard throws on 3rd down, broken up. Terrific defensive play. Pass was intended for John Brown.
And time again on 3rd down, they do it again there.
If the name sounds familiar, his cousin Thomas Deku, former Atlanta Falcon and Carolina Panther. This is Ellington from the 6, looks to spin away, and he'll be tackled at the 10. There is another flag out at midfield.
Well, the kick was in the air, holding by the receiving team, number 50. That penalty be enforced where the kick was caught, half the distance to the goal. First down.
Leading the Cardinals by 3.
And you could put that on the Texans offense. Obviously, they part today. You just mentioned those long drives, Kenny.
Second down and 9. Savage out of the end zone. And he's down at the 6-yard line. 64%. He must get to the 13 for a first down. And the catch is made by Ellington at the 19-yard line.
8th in the league in 3rd down percentage, and their struggle continues.
This is Miller. Lamar Miller down to the 23. Remember last drive to give Houston the lead. Savage rolling right, throws, it's Miller. Out of the backfield, out of bounds at the 25. So the Texans now facing another 3rd down. 3rd down and 4. Savage throws, and this is incomplete.
Buda Baker.
Looking for the tight end Anderson, and you give a name, by the way, Bashard.
I'm calling him Buda. I like Buda. That's one of the best names in football right now.
Buda with a sack, forced fumble recovery earlier, which led to the first Cardinals touchdown. Another flag on the return by Kerwin Williams.
I think he's...
During the return, illegal block in the back by the receiving number 28. 10-yard penalty. Arizona keeps the ball, first down.
He's averaging
once in a while. All right, so now the Cardinals go to work. Their worst starting field position today from the 13-yard line, complete to Adrian Peterson. They don't see him catch too many balls out of the backfield, but Peterson gains 13 out to the 26.
Yeah,
by the way, Marcus Williams is matched up with Larry Fitzgerald, with Kevin Johnson still out. And for more on the Texans quarterback.
He played some snaps. He had 6 interceptions one year, so not hurting too bad.
2nd and 6. Gabbard throws near side, and it bounces away from J.J. Nelson.
Well, I know who won't drop the ball. This guy right there.
And it's Brown, John Brown, but it looks to be short.
Draw him offside.
You agree with it? Let's see. It's Peterson, and he will be stopped.
I do not agree with it now, Kenny. I do not. And again, I mentioned...
What an effort by the Texans defense.
Watch this line surge, Kenny. Jadeveon Clowney pushes the tight end back. Cunningham gets in on the yak. Safeties come up. No chance for them to convert that 3rd down. And
from the Arizona 34. Savage with the inside handoff to Foreman. Deontay Foreman inside the 10 to the end zone. Touchdown!
Here. Come down and get that. I'm sorry, that was Braxton Miller that got that block. I thought that was 12 on the outside. And
capitalizes on their first play after Arizona went for it on 4th down. Texans defense did an outstanding job.
the NFL is a mess right now with everybody bunching up around 500. They're going to have to find a way to scratch out a win if they're going to stay in the playoff conversation.
And how about the Rams? They trail Minnesota 21-7. Their game late, 13-7 with Cleveland. So Gabbert and the Cardinals go to work. And there is another flag as Gabbert was brought down by Clowney.
Holding. Offense number 68. The penalty is declined. Second down.
Working against a guy like Jadeveon Clowney, you're going to pass the ball, known passing situation. He gets to tee it off and go after the quarterback.
Gabbert on second down, complete to Fitzgerald. It's only his second reception since halftime.
Absolutely. Very astute observation there, Kenny.
Third down and 2. As Gabbert throws, it's complete for a first down out to the 42-yard line. Kerwin Williams.
Some soft here, Pleasant working on the running back Kerwin Williams. They got to finally convert on the third down.
And that pass is broken up by Marcus Williams in for the injured Kevin Johnson. By the way, Kevin Johnson will not return due to the concussion, ruled out for the remainder of today's game. False start.
False start, offense number 73. Before the ball was snapped. 5-yard penalty, it's second down, 4:50, 4:50 on the clock.
Second down at 15. Gabbert's pass is picked off. Intercepted by Eddie Pleasant.
Him right here. This is a really good route. But watch him come underneath. The pass was on time, but he just comes up underneath the receiver and makes a great interception. And you got to feel like that's the last straw.
The Texans with a 10-point lead. And the football, 4:43 remaining. The handoff to Lamar Miller, who gained 6 on first down. Lost his last 4, including all 3 this season. This is Miller once again. Now a third down and 3 coming up. Third down and 3. Savage fires downfield. And it was nearly intercepted by Patrick Peterson. So now didn't run the ball, went for the long pass downfield. Clock stops, and they will punt it back to the Cardinals. Williams lets it go. Question is, did he touch the line? What do you think, Rondé?
Jordan Todman's hand went into the end zone.
Yep, foot touches the line. So it's a touchback. Late fourth quarter at Lambeau. Cardinals start from the 20. Gabbert throws, and it's complete for a first down.
That's his first target of the day, and that was a great throw and catch there.
Complete to Larry Fitzgerald.
So they don't have to score a touchdown here, Kenny. Just get in position where they can get some points on the board.
And they have 2 timeouts. Gabbert was hit as he threw that time.
For this Arizona Cardinals offense to shake.
We're down at 6. Gabbert over the middle and a diving catch at the 40-yard line in Texans territory. J.J. Nelson gains 14. And 3 touchdown passes. He's thrown for 243 yards. First and 10 from the Texans, 40. Intercepted! Second straight possession with an interception. It's Andre Howe. And that will do it.
Just give credit to the Texans, though. Had to make plays on defense. They did in the final moments. They evened out the turnover ratio, most importantly. And looks like they're going to get a W here at home.
Watson at quarterback.
He looked good today, Kenny. I mean, minus the turnovers. I thought Tom Savage did his job well. And the one turnover, the interception, you almost can't blame him. It was a tip.
We're down at 5. This is Miller, and he loses the football. The Texans recover, but they will have to punt. Anavic as well. Weckler punts it away. Down to 15 seconds remaining.
How to get right on offense. They just cannot piece together consecutive games, and today 2 games in a row where they haven't played well enough to win.
Gabbert underneath. DJ Foster. And that will do it. So the Houston Texans defeat the Arizona Cardinals by the score of 31-21. Second career win for Tom Savage in his 6th start. Wayne Gabbert, as we said, solid effort till those 2 late interceptions. So both teams now 4-6.